a little bittersweet to be back here without Maya.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have pearls.
Rest in peace.
She's not dead. She's just kidnapped. Anyway, what's about to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All Blind? It's hopefully this will be the first time we're in court and also the last time because Maya's life kind of fucking depends on it.
No, it's okay. She escaped.
Oh yeah, we never really got to see what happened after it though, so she could have got caught. And Adrian did it? I forgot. I was like, what fucking voice did I give this man again? I gotta give him like surfer dude stone vibes. That's what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's what happened in the last one. We thought that Adrian Andrews is like kind of like we're suspecting that she might have killed Juan Carita.
She's sus.
And pinned it on her client. Basically.
She's the imposter.
Among Us? She vented? Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. Why did I say like impale you? A mountain of evidence?
I gotta call my manager about that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just call my manager. Actually, let me call the president of the company.
Let me call the president of the United States.
Hello.
Donald Trump.
Wait, have you ever seen footage of that one dude and the police have surrounded him because he was running away and shit, and he goes live and says, Donald Trump, if you can hear us, help. I will see if I can find it later, but it's he's like, save us, Donald Trump, if you hear me. Like he's a religious figure.
I've never seen that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll find it later. I'm certain there's someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer? Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? Even though a lot of people don't like spring because it has a lot of pollen, but that's the kind of vibe I give off. I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. That was just a lucky guess. Mia, we must get a complete acquittal today. I know. But I can't focus on my situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Now, let's get going. Oh.
Beep, 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 beep.
Are you in court today, Mr. It's him! Beep! This is Wright. Good morning. It is, Mr. Attorney, the day of the trial.
I was wondering if you would answer and be like, go for Wright!
Wright Long co-offices.
Yellow, this is Wright Coon.
Yeah. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how'd we say, tired. Don't worry, perhaps people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. I sent an AK-47.
It's a pipe bomb.
Yeah, I sent you C4. There's a little white powder in the letter I sent you. Make sure you get a good sniff of it. Present? What in the world would you want to give me?
Does this present smell like chloroform to you? Let me see.
You'll figure it out once the trial starts, and even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win today's contest, if you please. Wait! Beep. The kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer Dude? Who was that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Are you Pinocchio? You know, I played in that kind of movie. I was that little guy that was like, Father, when can I leave to be on my own?
Yeah, yassified.
I'm gonna need water for this. I voiced 4 fucking characters. What Parmesan in you?
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Longard.
Alright.
Are the prosecution and defense ready? I noticed that there is no prosecution.
Yeah. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Sorry, I was here. Just underneath the disc.
I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
I don't fucking know. I'm not her secretary. Why are you getting mad? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor.
Please be quiet, bailiff. You fucking idiot. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it?
Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Mrs. Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman.
What?
Shot? Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. His present? Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be for your advantage. This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright?
I don't have that answer. I don't know who this is.
She's alive and in stable condition.
That's good. Ooh.
Oh wait, I feel like that's...
I thought he'd show
I was
up.
about to say, I'm pretty sure it was him. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Francesca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. Prosecution is ready, naturally.
Sorry, the way he stands. Oh, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery.
It's like her father. I'm sorry. Actually, it wasn't her father's shoulder. No, yeah, it was the right shoulder too.
Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard.
The court acknowledges the prosecution.
Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. 2 + 2 does equal 4. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand.
Yay! Also, I do have a little thing about this. Does this imply that the first Miles investigation game took place in between 1 and 2?
I mean, I don't know anything about that game.
I don't know.
So.
Well, whatever. Maybe one day when we play it, maybe.
Witness, your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir.
I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now.
For now.
After this trial is over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir.
Oh no! It's like a gumshoe.
The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is gonna be one very rough fight. Hell yeah, it is, because me and Edgeworth are in the ring. Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. Hell yeah, wouldn't that be good? The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Bare facts of the case.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. That's all I have to say. The victim, Juan Carita, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
Ah. So you're saying that the guitar case is not relevant. I see.
Well, after the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room? Yes, sir. Both the victim and defendant went alone to their room, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Alright. Balls in his testimony. This murder happened after the Heroes of Heroes award ceremony, sir. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony?
Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. and ended around 8 p.m. and then there was a short break. Special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later.
And that's when the victim's body was found, correct?
Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period.
Please continue with your testimony, detective.
Okay. The victim, Juan Carita, was found dead in his hotel room. person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct?
Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews we were talking about? She's the defendant Matt On Guard's manager. She's a really pretty lady, sir.
Oh, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence.
When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. On Guard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir.
I see, and that's when she found the victim's body.
After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. The cause of death. Wasn't that because Mr. Ongar was stabbed in the chest?
That's Mr. Kurita.
Mr. Kurita?
Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Yeah, he was stabbed. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, real pro's attention will be drawn here to this bandana.
Banana. I'm a minion. Banana.
Minion gone through puberty. Banana.
Yeah, it's freaking, can't remember what the...
Bob.
Yeah, it's Bob after going through puberty. He's like, banana, and then the next day Gru's like, Bob, come here, and he's like,
Banana.
Gru's like, what the fuck? And the minion's like 8 feet tall.
With a fucking goatee.
Yeah.
His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir.
Oh, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
Then what about the knife?
It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
Oh, so he was strangled and then stabbed after, like, post-mortem?
Yeah.
We have a crafty murderer on our hands here.
Oh, okay. We never got the autopsy report before that? Oh my fucking god. Alright, time of death 8:15. Cause strangled by a knife. Strangled by a scarf, then stabbed with a
Strangled by a knife, then stabbed with a scarf.
I'm gonna put that in description. Stabbed with the scarf. Strangled with the knife.
Yeah.
At first we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. Why do you think that?
I was about to jokingly say, oh, it's because it's empty.
Because it was empty, pal.
Yo, he's onto something!
Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime.
Oh, then how about this theory? A game theory. A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that?
We thought of that too, but
But?
the only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims.
Only the victims, huh?
I see. So much for my theory then. That's why
He
I'm
wore
a judge
gloves.
and not a detective.
Oh, update. I was like, we're getting this now? Okay, empty. There was some water, but only on the top of the lid. Bears Kurita's fingerprints. However, we later found out that the car case had nothing to do with the murder. What convinced you that it had nothing to do with the case?
The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night.
Well then, where was it?
The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Carita, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir.
Wait, how do you not feel the... Wouldn't you feel a lot different carrying around?
Yeah.
Like, weight-wise?
Yeah.
So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case?
Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
Yeah, I guess that is right. So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case at all.
I believe that's enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his banana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Can you stop looking at TikTok?
I was like, let me pull up the trial real quick. I didn't realize TikTok was the last thing I had open. Sorry.
Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was a reason enough to suspect him.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth back in full swing.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe. Please testify about this matter.
Yes, sir.
Why are we arresting on guard?
Matt On Guard and Juan Carita were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume that was found in Mr. On Guard's Hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
So you bought the knife?
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came up pretty clearly, sir.
There's the victim's blood and On Guard's fingerprints. In the grip, gate water is engraved.
And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And is this button also covered in blood? Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir.
What? Was ripped from his costume, is covered in Korea's blood, found in On Guard's Hakama, which is basically his fancy pants.
All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor.
Ready to give in yet, Wright?
I'll find the hole in your argument somehow.
You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
Kill yourself. Grr. I gotta say, after getting sick, I've been easily being able to do the fucking grr thing. Why is it spicy? Matt On Guard. Oh, yeah. But in terms of popularity, Mr. On Guard won, didn't he not?
Yeah, but you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Carita was always one step behind Mr. On Guard and everything. This year, it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown.
But Mr. Carita lost the Grand Prix in the end.
That is too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing.
Okay. They each thought each other what the other guy was in his way. That's more of enough in my book. Wait just a second there. Mr. On Guard was beating Mr. Carita in popularity polls.
Well, yeah, but
Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means that he had no motives to kill at all. Yeah, he also fucking won the award.
Yes, I quite agree. Well, Detective, it's not, well, I guess if you put it that way, then, yeah, the defendant would have had no motive. Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired.
That's crazy.
And, not you too, Mr. Edwards, sir, I look forward to your pension negotiations. No! No, Detective, let's continue with the testimony. No, my poor pension, too. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed. Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir.
What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? As for evidence, there was the Jammin' Ninja's button. Tell us more about that. Do you have any proof that the button belonged to the victim?
Huh? What do you mean, pal?
Let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off of the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
But can't you tell by just looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it.
Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterwards.
Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir.
Alright, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in.
Thread.
Huh?
The button was attached to the costume by a thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match.
Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, pal.
That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Mr. On Guard's Hakama. You just read the description of that fucking button. Where was the button found?
Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Carita. And then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button. So it was almost immediately after the murder.
The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks unlike some people.
Hey, what is he trying to say about me here? The defendant's fingerprints were also over the knife. How are the fingerprints arranged on the knife?
Huh? What do you mean, pal?
By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand?
Oh, is that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that.
I can't believe the babbling of this department.
Hopeless, were you paying attention to the testimony, right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There's no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder.
So is the defendant the owner of this knife then?
The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
Isn't that false, though? Like, how could he have bought the knife if it was a gatewater knife?
Then it's a contradiction. There's no way that this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife.
Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either.
Well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove that this was a premeditated murder, we're done for. Phoenix. Yes? There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late. A button covered in the victim's blood and a knife with Ungar's fingerprints. Be careful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. We're still in a world of trouble. Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So, let's find the weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it could be, okay, Phoenix? Be careful not to... Yeah. Oh.
Alright.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! No.
Oh, it still does it when I hit the right.
Oh, I'm just...
Okay.
Okay, this one. There you go.
Take the knife.
Here you go, detective. Wait a second.
Well, what?
So the basis of your argument is that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand.
That's right, pal. Defendant.
Did not buy this knife.
Huh?
Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Huh? It has a gatewater seal set into the handle. Gatewater? I think I heard that name somewhere before.
Dude, you were investigating the fucking place. That's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel.
Uh-oh.
The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means that this murder was not premeditated.
Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There's no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this.
Is his point going to be that it doesn't matter about the knife because the knife was stabbed in post-mortem? So
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Because it's not the murder weapon.
Maybe it's like premeditated or not. He did take this knife and stab the guy. I don't know.
Well, no, like
an opportune.
Well, because what I'm trying to say is our whole point. So, Gumshoe said it was premeditated because he bought that knife.
Yeah, but he didn't
We said that it's not premeditated because he didn't buy that knife. It was in the hotel. But what you need to realize is premeditated murder is indicated by intent to kill someone. And so he's implying that the intent to kill someone was obvious because he bought that knife and brought it in. Well, he wasn't intending to kill someone with that knife because he didn't kill someone with that knife. He stabbed him after the fact. He was strangled with a scarf.
Yeah, maybe they'll bring it up later.
But I didn't know.
Well, maybe what they're getting at is that if you're gonna be stabbing the guy, the only person that would do that was the guy that fucking choked him out. Because why would anyone want to tamper with a dead body, you know?
Well, the thing is, that doesn't indicate premeditation because, well, what I'm trying to say is it doesn't indicate premeditation because it's not the murder instrument, but even in that case, like, it's an opportunity weapon regardless.
Yeah.
But you can still say that it was premeditated because, like, if he was shot and then stabbed, then you could show that they brought in a gun and say that it was premeditated. So the whole knife argument, it doesn't matter. It could still be premeditated murder. That's what I'm trying to say. But.
Yeah, maybe that's what Edgeworth's about to say. I don't fucking know.
But I don't know if that can show premeditated murder because he was choked out with a scarf.
Yeah.
The question is, where did this knife come from?
Oh.
Well, why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Kurita's room.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect.
The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered, with that being the case.
I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. Ah, it's a knife.
There's a knife and a fork on the table. Then, where in the world did this knife come from?
If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. Especially what was on top of his table. There's something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt on guard's knife was missing. Mr. On guard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
Case closed.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
It seems like Edgeworth has this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps. I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There's quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of Your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Evidence not yet shown? He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, nude evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, Phoenix. The judge is offering favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his will be ringing out the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
Not right now, Your Honor.
Maya's life is on the line right here. There's one.
This camera.
That's missing. It's a picture of the camera.
There's the tomato juice bottle.
Yeah.
And there's the tomato juice.
Yeah.
Yippee.
You did it, Cameron.
I still think that this is bullshit because that can't indicate premeditated murder because the knife wasn't the murder weapon.
Yeah. One piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance, and only one.
What the judge is saying, Wright, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
If I mess this up, it's currents for all of us. Oh my god!
Oh my
They were not kidding!
You may now present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
Oh gosh.
I'm getting high with my baby.
This one.
No.
Okay.
You didn't say, right?
No. What does it say? No. I don't know what they're supposed to be implying is the important evidence. Also, I just noticed that these two are the exact same sprite.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will tell you, it's in this crime scene photo.
Well, that's like... Okay, that's like a fucking billion things.
Well, they also said it's brand new evidence, so the court has not seen this. So it's nothing that has been already presented, like the prosecution.
Okay, these two have been presented.
Yeah. So is the autopsy report, because we just got that in. And
Yeah,
same thing with these, the what is it, the
guitar
yeah, that.
case.
Yeah, because they literally talked about that.
So it's literally only the wine glass. But I don't get why this is important evidence.
What they're getting is that there was a struggle, all that shit was thrown off the dresser, but only that fucking glass is left.
Oh, so someone was trying to make it look like a struggle?
Maybe. Well, we're about to see.
I don't get it. Whatever.
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo in the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because the victim struggled against his assailant. The vase is broken, his makeup all over the floor. These are all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that cannot have fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you guys have to say?
Well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought so.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth? What is it, Your Honor? Your opinion. You don't need my opinion, because there is no special meaning to that glass.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Edgeworth. Like, I don't get why we were leading up to this being the one important, crucial piece of evidence, and this is the thing that's saving us from dying.
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Did Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? I don't know. I couldn't have another drug. I'll take another.
I mean, I want to say it's possible because, like, it could be possible. But I feel like it's leading me more towards saying there's no way. But I'm gonna put it's possible.
It's possible that that's what happened. There's nothing that points to Miss Andrews not being the one to set down the cup. And if I raise an objection, it can only make the judge slam his gavel down. You can't think like that, Phoenix. Mia, right now, you're hanging on a very thin thread. Everything else you can grab onto right now is better than nothing. So in other words, push as far as we can go. Wait, did it just lead you to it anyway?
Okay.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves that Miss Andrews is the one who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
What?
You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then...
Of course, it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were one Adrian Andrews.
What? Found next to the victim was filled with tomato juice, bears Andrews' fingerprints.
That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Kurita. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
But how would that make sense? Because there's the tomato juice bottle on the counter. There's the tomato juice bottle on the counter over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does that make sense? Yeah, I'm circling it with my finger.
Whatever. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Tis. Now you see, Mr. Wright. You can't change any part of my scenario, as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it meant to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. Prosecution is yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? It's her. Oh no! My poor boys!
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please.
G-O-T-C-H-A. I almost fucked up the spelling.
Grrr.
Oh my god, we're Gurry now? Grrr. I wonder what happened to that composure he had earlier. Oh, Edgy boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with your testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, it was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand.
I tell you, this time I know I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything, even things that don't have to do with this terrible crime.
Well, Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
Shush, I'm talking to my dearest Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Grams.
Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say. The youth is hot-headed nowadays. It's not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dear one. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that Engard. Saying he's cute with a freshing way or something. But not me, I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida. Weren't they the same age? But those two were the same. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Alright. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. My computer's been on for 4 hours.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy once. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was there on the job, I made sure to keep an eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. There was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was Engard, Matt Engard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room.
See, that was him. He is the murderer. Unamused.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I just loved how he was tapping his finger on it.
Just thinking, like pondering what has brought him here. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around the hallway in front of his room. Because, you know, I'm a stalker. Miss Oldbag, what was your post that night? The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for the rifling show. I refused to help. I'll have you know it was for that lead-headed samurai show. I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on. Besides, that manager with glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I could take a break and spread my wings a little. And that's when you went to hang around the victim's room? There was something I was interested in finding out, you know? It was about that tabloid thing. Something you were interested in, and that just was... something... It's not something... some little thing I could just go around telling everyone, you know? It's top secret between me and Juan. And Edgy Poo, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in?
I think it's my penis, sir. But I don't know. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip?
But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later.
It looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. Oh, so would you tell us about the number of people that went in and out of Korea's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born like I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I stopped keeping track of how old I really am.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report.
Yeah. It's fucking...
Oh yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking question marks.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct?
That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. A man? Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. That sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room? He was...
Yes, he was.
Oh, I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud. Oh, what should I give to have fun frisk his whip right now? Well, I guess I could tell you, since he was such a bad boy anyway. It was Ongar, Matt Ongar. He was sneaking his way out of his room. You saw my client? Are you sure about that? Yesy. Really? Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person. Why do I get the sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repetition of last year, I should delve into this a bit deeper. Person's face where the person was carrying the person's clothes.
Oh, I'm actually curious about his clothes.
Yeah, erase the fucking big top.
Yeah.
Alright. Face, what they're carrying, clothes.
I think I don't know about his face, but what the person was carrying in the person's clothes seem
Yeah.
like interesting questions.
Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters. But it does. That it was... Oh yes, that was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racy jacket. Ah, he was wearing that in the detention center too. That man meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
I feel like if I say it was not important, I feel like the trial just ends. But
Well, I think it means, like, if it's not important, then they won't add it to, like, you can press on it further, or, like, you present on it.
I'm gonna say it was very important.
Okay. Oh, shit, you were right.
I was right about what?
You're right about that decision. I thought it was gonna be the face. Of course it was important, Your Honor.
No, because my thought being, he would have had to cut the button off and put it inside of his, what is it, Hadaka or whatever?
Yeah.
Whatever that...
The baggy pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to see if they were going to mention that if he was wearing that or not.
Yeah, but it looked like the normal gear and shit.
Yeah, because if he wasn't wearing that, then that would have had to suppose that it was put in later, or someone else put it inside of his costume and whatnot.
Okay, good. Because, like, the way I was thinking of it, because when they said I was getting deja vu and I should press about something so we don't get a repeat, I thought they meant, like, oh, of course it was him. It was the Nickel Samurai that was going in this fucking room. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So perhaps, oh, yeah.
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important.
Don't you see, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request that the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please.
Oh, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it was just all for show. Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in any other thing other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. She's so sure of herself that it's to a point of self-absorption. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us, really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She strayed into a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her.
Alright, something interesting. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of Poor Juan's room. On guard, trying to sneak it. He was wearing his flashing jacket. I don't know if this is enough to draw this conclusion that I'm like trying to point out. I feel like this is not right.
Well, try it. You only get penalized by 1 or 2.
Sure. Oh, it stopped the music. I think it was right.
Miss Oldbag. What? Don't say my name for no reason. Do you know what this is? Oh, budget number 2 on the Gem and Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it with a single glance. Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this! Wow, she really is a die-hard fan that wants a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Ongar's body during a full body search. See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was that rascal Ongar. It was caught up in his plants of his Nickel Samurai Hakama pants. See? And that Ongar is a Nickel Samurai! Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say the defendant, Matt Ongar, was wearing his usual racing jacket? Ha! I'm so sorry. Sorry for you judging people based on what they wear. If I wore those you agree, this outfit is hideous, right? You have the taper string over my neck. I tell you, it's heavy. I wish I was such as these long ago and keep the German life people out there working on. You understand? Now take a look at the mirror. Your clothes are just as interesting as a documentary on curling. These edgy poo over here style.
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard the man, but Mr. On Guard the Nickel Samurai?
And when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway. Miss Elbag, this is very important what we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
Alright, if you insist. I should be one sighing, not you. Who I saw? On guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear this costume during a murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside the costume? Girl, we had a whole case about this. Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Oh, youngins today, I told you that there was no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. At least she's just as delightful of a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
I don't want to. I request to appeal. Ongar, yes, I remember now. What do you remember? I'm getting to it! Would you please get on with your testimony? Huh. Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone would you take with an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'm start singing on top of my lungs. What? A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's a nickel samurai. She's actually singing. Someone held my poor ears.
Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket?
Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll just be good and stick to just the facts.
Okay. You promise, right?
Right. I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date.
Remind me to send you a thank you note later, too, Edgeworth. Old chum. The Nickel Samurai, that's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Oh, apparently you get an achievement for pressing on this statement.
Did you?
Yeah, apparently that's what I just read. I was like, press old back on that statement to unlock an achievement. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he was not? Not too long ago? Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be a Judge Wagner, hero of the public court. So what? See? And look where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. The past was 2 seconds ago. Since when did court become a theoretics over testimony? All that matters is the man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough? Yep, there you go.
Judge Wagner.
Yeah. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear the costume during the murder. Why would that be? That way, no one would see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think that the costume would make him stand out all the more. You're such an annoying child. What, a annoying child? You know that? You disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? I get it. Maybe it's more troublesome for him to change in and out of a costume. He had it to go to the post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know? Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing. And that included the German ninja? Of course it included him. That's why when Engard came out of poor Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought.
I see.
Well, anyway. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it was really the Nickel Samurai? As showy as ever. Haven't I said that from the very beginning? Can't I throw in the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard about this one. Huh? There's a contradiction in her testimony and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what the contradiction means for us. Well, I had to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay.
What evidence do we have?
What? Oh. I was reading it wrong. Okay.
Let me read this again. Now I remember Nickel Samurai, that's right, it was Nickel Samurai, so yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. Maybe go that post-ceremony. do I have any evidence? Didn't fucking whatever his name is, Matt on guard, didn't he say he didn't even know about the like post ceremony stage show? But I don't have any evidence that says that.
Yeah. He was wearing that costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
Why does everyone keep talking about stabbing? He wasn't stabbed to death.
Well, that's a contradiction then.
Is that really where they're going with this?
I'm using a different thing for this and whatnot. It just tells me the answer but doesn't expand on it. I wish it did.
Okay, that wasn't the right thing.
Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Oh, really? Oops.
You said it was a contradiction.
I did!
Is it not the autopsy?
No, it's not the autopsy.
Okay, how does that make sense? Is it the knife? That's so fucking dumb. That is actually so dumb.
Please take a look at this. Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scam me with it, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. But if it gets you to shut up, it is.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it.
Is that what you're driving at?
That's exactly what I'm driving at.
What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving?
My Tesla. If Mr. Ongar was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to been left on this knife.
Yeah.
Actually, it would have wiped off all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. Wait, pull up what the fucking Nickel Samurai costume looks like?
I think he has gloves on.
Was it? I couldn't remember if he actually did or not. He does. One of them has a glove, the other one's like a metal arm thing. Okay.
Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
No, I do not remember having that metal claw when he was doing, like, getting the award.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch that video.
He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing.
Why the fuck would anyone do that, though? And why would he do something like that? To leave his fingerprints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that.
However, there's one possibility.
And let's hear the possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this.
Smiley face.
When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, there are any problems with this theory? There's no problems. There is a contradiction. Well, what the fuck was the other one? Yeah, save anyway, and then think it one more time.
So, now to this point, are there any problems with his theory? His theory being that he went there without having the intention of killing him? Was that his theory?
Yeah, his theory is that he went there with no intention to kill, and all of a sudden he did have the intention to kill him. If he had no intention to kill, why the fuck would he even bring a knife?
Yeah, that is true. Just think about it one more time. Does that just loop me?
Does that bring up Mia and be like, think about it again, Phoenix?
I'm gonna hit it just to...
Yeah. I think I need a bit more time on this one, so let me get this...
Oh, it repeats it.
Okay.
That's what I thought it would
Okay,
do.
good. So it's you always either one of those options. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you babbling about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Onguard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent.
Is it the knife again?
Yeah. This knife is the key to this fucking thing. This knife, it was used by Mr. Onguard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought the knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita.
I suppose.
However, you just said it to yourself At that time, the defendant had held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? If he wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from
Supposition 1.
supposition 1. Thanks, Edgeworth. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there would be a glove mark left on this glove, on this knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints would have been all over it like bees. Bees on honey. Oh, shouldn't have. Sorry. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
Order, order, I say. Order in the court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
To hide the murder method? Well, yeah. Obviously it fucking didn't because the police figured it out. It's to frame my client, Mr. Ongard, of course.
To frame? Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
We kind of have to. But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Witness?
Looks like I made your life a little bit more difficult, huh, Edgy-Poo?
Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mix up Mr. Ongard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV? Well, I mean, I don't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Alright then, who are you waiting for, then? That's top secret to any outsider of security.
I have a feeling that you are waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida, am I correct, witness?
Huh. The way you think you're a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Olbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida. Maybe Phoenix, maybe the Olbag was waiting around for that person. If that's who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Olbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you?
Dun dun dun.
Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Ongard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, this is... I see. I can't read.
Yeah, this judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be even called such a thing.
Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Adrian Andrews, without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn of confidentiality stuff then.
Witness, what in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. It's so why I'm doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want to do this, however, I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Very well then, witness. Please testify about this secret information.
Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you youngins. I'm sure we all collapsed of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years old. What? Did I...
That says capable.
Capable. Fuck.
You said collapse.
Whatever. I'm about to fucking collapse. No, we're almost to a checkpoint.
Oh my
We're almost to a checkpoint.
This is so fucking long.
I'm sorry. That Ongard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. And to do that, he sent his very own manager to get close with Juan. I can't condone such a dirty trick, so I took action. Oh, and this top secret, you got it? No one else but you and me know about it, okay?
The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court.
What? No one's above gossip. And that's what... And isn't there a saying? The truth is never pleasant. Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We've looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful. This old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right, and Onguard is nothing but your average full-blooded fool. Youth. Whatever. Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire.
Alright,
Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone.
Time to take Elon Musk's flamethrower and set Wendy Old Bag on fire.
That Ongar is one evil, evil man.
I don't feel like pressing on that.
Yeah, I don't feel it. Yeah, there's no achievement anyway. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. And so to do that, he sent his very own manager to get close with Juan.
Here's what this one.
You don't have any proof that Mr. Ongar did such a thing. You must be suffering from shock, the shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right. You're right, I can't do anything, but boy, do I wish I could do something about it. Alright then, Sonny, show me what you got. Can you show me proof that Ongar didn't bear any ill will towards Juan? Oh, say.
Sure.
I'm not gonna let you push me around that easily. Huh. That there's many a man who would say exactly the same and pay dearly for it. Maybe you should brace yourself this time. Here's my proof that Mr. Kurita did not hold any ill will towards the victim. You might want to refresh.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Did you just show her the badge?
I looked and I saw that it was only one loss, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that this is the wrong way to go.
Yeah. I don't have anything to offer. See? Just as I thought. And you were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You're just giving me a free pass to say whatever I want, silly boy. Me and my big mouth. That's the way the cookie crumbles for you, anyway. I can't condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this top secret, you know that no one else but me and you know. Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet? If that's true, then how do you know about the secret information? Huh? Oh, well, that's because I'm a pro. Yeah, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drill a hole in my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bag get such a secret piece of information?
I want to press further.
Okay. If you don't... I'm not gonna do that. If you don't be a good girl and tell me what with the secret information, how you got it, you won't be going home today. Ejipu, what are you doing? Help me!
What do I have to do with this?
Just do this for me, and you'll get a reward.
I don't want your reward, but you don't leave me much of a choice.
Fuck.
The witness could have gotten her information from anywhere. It's even possible that it was spontaneously made up inside the witness's head.
And he's lecturing me on reckless badgering.
As long as we don't know where this information came from, it's quite a waste of time to focus on this line of questioning.
Where did Oldbag get that inside information? There has to be something I can use to figure it out. Sounds like just another tabloid of gossip, isn't it?
Oh, she stole the fucking camera, and it had the tabloid with it.
Yeah, because remember, Lotta wrote an article.
Yeah.
But you can't just ignore it either way. It makes your client look bad. Well, I can't think I heard anything out of the ordinary just now. There has to be something we can catch her on. Yeah, if we find out, I'm going to press the heck out of it. Make sure you don't have to press it too much. Okay. Cameron, I love you, but you're button mashing.
Yeah, I want to get this shit over with so fucking bad.
What, you got a hot date? Oh wait, are you supposed to press it and then press evidence? I thought you almost loaded up the fucking first game for a second.
Don't care. Don't make me. I will load up the first game. You know, fuck you. I'm loading up the first
No! No! Why are you doing this to me? You want me to suffer, don't you?
Yes.
I already have to voice Miss Oldbag. Dude, I gotta voice her in the third game. Oh yeah, remember you got there you go. And then present evidence. I don't know why you have to do it like this. I guess because she's stuttering of like how she has it. Bitch, I need to read.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What are you looking at me like that? Stop that. Witness.
Witness this dick in your mouth.
Whatever. I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire this information, wasn't it?
Was that not right? Oh no, I guess it was.
Yeah. The investigative photographer, lot of heart.
It just took a second for the music to stop.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
She reported such a thing?
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, I say impressions. Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless? Aha, that's it, that's the note. No, you see, this is something completely different. This is top secret list of groceries to buy. What, are you going to Publix?
Then you're the one who took Miss Hart's note.
I'm a huge fan of wands, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on guard. She said herself, en garde. I'm a sidekick. She's so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I'm just only checking what she had written. So you also saw her camera? Etchy-poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only a piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once.
It looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her?
I'm piling on more pressure.
Good. Fucking put this
She took a $1,600 camera.
Yeah. If I let her up now, she's gonna get away. I have to find some way to inflict a definite blow to the prosecution. Witness. You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is that correct? Is it stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from a Terbaloni trash can, that's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? Miss Oldbag, I don't believe that the note was the only thing you stole that night. Present Lada's camera. Lada's photo edit to court record. Okay. So, Miss Oldbag.
Yeah, I presented her camera.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, it was like, it's just said Lada's photo added to court record. I'm like, no shit. Oh, after this.
Are you stupid or something?
Yes. That note was with this camera inside of its case, wasn't it?
A camera?
Yesterday, Lada Hart raised a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, my sweet $1,600 camera has disappeared on me.
What? Witness?
What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it's only logical that you have the camera too. Grr. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Oh, Sonny, that's the name of the guy from SVU. Is this the camera you're looking for? That's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you, I fall in love and borrow things from people. You mean you steal?
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's what I noticed. It said, "Sign bag, celebrity photographer extraordinaire." Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things. Not that fucking deep into it.
Bailiff, check this camera's photos. Hurry. We must examine them at once.
Yeah, that could be fucking crucial evidence.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Please present it to the court.
Oh my fucking god.
This is the Nickel Samurai.
See, I told you. That's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
Oh my fucking god, it's the same fucking thing. Loudest photo, thank you.
What does all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photo by itself does not prove that the person is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. On Guard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume.
If that's the case, then this Nickel Samurai is
The defendant.
How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client?
This photo really is decisive and we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess.
Time to piss myself.
Yeah. This photo that Lotta took, there's
something strange with it.
There's something strange about this photo.
I knew this was coming, right?
You don't know. You don't know me.
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo even with a bunker buster.
Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
No. Anyway, please look at the photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Oh, save. Save here. Getting the next bit wrong is immediate game over. Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by.
My astute observations are going to make sure that I get it right on the first try anyways.
Where in the heck does she take this picture from anyway? That's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts? Oh.
Now then, let's hear your objection.
Where the fuck? Okay. I was like, it shot me up all the way to the top.
Thinking.
Oh, you can't even look back at evidence. Fuck.
Okay, my first thought was, is this the right room?
Oh wait, yeah, because that's Karita's, because it had a bunch of flowers like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is the right room.
Yeah.
Okay, so second thing is to check with the Nickel Samurai. So he has gloves on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't look at the evidence of like what he did look like, so I don't know I don't remember what he looked like.
Do you remember the fucking the third case of the first game?
Third case of the first game.
Yeah.
Was that the one with
Powers?
I thought that was I didn't think that was the third case.
Yeah, that was the third case, because the second one was with Mr. Red White.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, I remember it.
This is the same shit.
Well, I understand that, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, like, What about it? Is he walking weird like in the other one?
I really wish I could pull, because if you pull the photo of him, it shows it in an instant. You can see his feet in the promotional.
I don't see his feet here.
Yeah.
That's the point?
Yeah. Because if it was Matt on guard, the costume would be fitting properly and it wouldn't be dragging on the floor like that.
That's so fucking stupid.
It's the same thing that happened in the last one. People are gonna be like, wait a minute, if that was Powers in the costume, why is this costume sagging on the floor?
That's not what they said in the other one.
Yeah, they did. When they caught like a picture of like the costume like going by and whatnot, they were like, it doesn't fit properly. Because it was like sagging.
No, it was sagging like that because he was dragging his leg. Because he apparently hurt his ankle in the...
But there was 2 reasons for it. Whatever.
I don't think you're right.
I am right.
You can look it up. I don't think you're right.
I am right. Well, I should direct the court's attention to this area right here. Hopefully you're pressing the right one. It said to choose a specific spot.
What are you pointing to? His ankles?
If you could see this person's ankles, then it would be the one thing. However, you can't.
Wait, hang on. Now that we can...
Yeah, no. There you go.
So fucking dumb.
They said to choose the white part of the front of the left foot.
I think I actually did that.
Yeah, good.
And what does that mean?
The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. On Guard.
What is the meaning of this?
I wonder if you'd care to elaborate with actual facts, that is.
Let's look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama.
His socks. You can see his socks.
Exactly. However, in the photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his katana just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edwards is usually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all.
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt on guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless.
I figured it would come to this.
What?
Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Who's the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focusing on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm?
Oh my gosh, that's a big chunk of my...
My health, holy shit.
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
Look at this photograph.
Every time I look, it makes me laugh. No!
That'd be kind of funny if it was Will
Yeah.
Powers. It's Matt like...
Yeah, even though he didn't. Yeah, he was actually crouching.
Alright, you wanna know my thoughts?
Yeah, go ahead.
They mentioned that she's short.
Good.
Adrian Andrews.
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is none other than this woman.
Yeah, I just remember the fact that they mentioned that she's small.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
For starters, she's short. And she can move freely in and out of Mr. Ongar's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ongar that night.
And how does that all add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Onguard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as a murder weapon.
Almost as a murder weapon, Your Honor.
Why don't you just say what it is you want, Wright?
But
I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Andrew Andrews as the murderer for Juan Carita. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime.
Order, order, order! It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on another day. One more day? Oh! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do to... This judge that's a...
I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but like...
We got time!
Now then,
Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she is not.
I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Tis unexpected development. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What?
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man? Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. We get a break.
Exactly.
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
Thank God.
To be continued. Yup, save the game. My thoughts are as follows. We didn't really figure out much
Yeah.
in that trial.
Well, we found out that Miss Oldbag did steal Lotta's camera.
Yeah.
So we figure out
We found
that.
out that there was a picture of someone in the Nickel Samurai costume that was leaving Karita's room, and
Yeah.
they were shorter.
And we are saying that Miss Andrews did it.
Yeah.
So now we gotta put her on the stand and hope that she was the murderer.
Yeah, but other than that, we haven't figured out that much.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the next trial or the next part of this trial will reveal a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I'm still not connecting the dots fully. But
Yeah, hopefully we pin this on her.
yeah. But anyways, thank y'all so much for watching, especially through this a little bit longer episode.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, I'm right. It's an hour and a half.
I didn't realize, alright? Whatever.
I have you look at these things beforehand. To look
I did! I told you, like, oh, we have one more after this. Whatever.
Alright. Until next time. Bye-bye.